What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. We at it again with another episode. You know who it is. It's your boy, John.
Fucking white belt slayer, dog. I smashed a couple white belts this week, too.
I had a good week. I had a busy
Before we get into this fucking week.
Look, I'm drinking water. Look, it's delicious.
How fat are you this week? Take another drink.
I'm just drinking.
Take another drink.
I gotta. Actually, this morning, I was 215.1.
So another 4 pounds this week?
Yeah.
219, something like that?
Yeah, but that was without eating, right? Yeah, it was like, I think last time it was like 219. Yeah, so
that's pretty good.
214, 215.1. So I got my new diet plan. It's going to be another 200 calories less.
200 calories less?
Yeah.
How many calories are you eating now?
2,000.
You're going to be down to 18?
So it'll be 18.
You're going to do 18, and how many times did you roll this week? How many classes did you do?
I did 8 classes this week. So
2 a day, 4 days a week?
Yep.
There's still one more day left.
I know. I was going to go today, and
I forgot my gi again.
I slept. My body. I haven't been able to sleep. I think you messaged this morning because I'm back to work again.
Hold on. This fool's drinking a water.
Yeah,
I'm ripping into a
full
flavor Mount Monster.
I can't do monsters anymore.
These are my favorite ones. Why?
When I used to work third shift at night, I went to Costco and I bought a whole fucking case of them. I
always buy the case.
And then I threw them in my desk. And so then I would have like 2 a night, every fucking night.
2? That's crazy.
And I just, like, it killed it for me. Like, I'm like, I can't do Monster anymore. I can't.
But this is my second one today, but 12 hours apart.
Yeah, that's a little more than
apart. But I only buy the cases. Because I stopped just down and I bought these. It was like 2 for $6. But if you go buy the case, they're $1.65.
You know what's funny is normally when you find a case of like their mixed drinks, most energy drinks, there's like that one flavor that nobody wants, and they always throw that in there. We were just at Stater Brothers, and I saw their Monster case, and they had all the good flavors. Like it was like 3 flavors, a mixed case.
I didn't know they made those.
Yeah, all good flavors though. They weren't any shitty ones. Because sometimes we buy the Alani ones because they're like 0 calories and they're really good. Yeah. But they throw the cherry one in there.
It's not good.
It's fucking no good. Yeah. It tastes like shit. And so you only drink it because it comes with the case.
Yeah.
But this one they had all the good flavors in there. So I was like, damn.
I never seen those mixed cases.
That's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
It was Stater Brothers.
If I buy a case, I only ever buy the blue ones or the new green ones that are 0.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so
you did 4. You did 2 days for 4 days.
So I think we talked about last week. I signed up for the February 10th competition, so I got to lose about 20 pounds.
Fuck, what'd you sign up at? 205?
Yeah, 205.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking 195. I was like, you're fucking
no, not yet.
Or whatever,
not
the
yet.
192, whatever
the
fuck it is.
No, not that one. So 205. It'll be my first purple belt tournament, and so I hired a dietitian, or whatever you want to call him.
That's what he's called.
Yeah. And he gave me a meal plan, which I thought.
And then he said, "Hey, you're still too fat. You need 200 less calories."
I thought it was too much food, honestly, because it's a lot. It's more than I would normally eat in like this type of diet, or whatever. And I felt full, and he was like, his thing was like, "Hey, you got to train hard, so we got to make sure you have the energy to train hard." And yeah, I went. I told him I was going to do twice a day, plus workout here and whatever I can, cardio here. So I've been grinding all week, trying to just do it. And yeah, I woke up this morning, I was 215.1. I was like, holy shit, it's working.
So, I added the rower to my workout.
The rower's good.
I'm not doing much. I'm only doing a kilometer.
Doesn't matter.
It takes like 4 minutes.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just a little extra. Yeah. Today I did 2 miles on the treadmill, and then I jumped rope, and then I did the sauna for like 25 minutes. I have been doing the sauna.
You don't do your rower no more?
I haven't been using the rower. And
I like it, but like after a workout, you're so gassed. Like your forearms and your hands are so gassed. Like I'll be switching the grip, going outside, inside, like under. I switch it around just to keep the movement.
The cool thing about the one I have, it's tied to the iFit app. So I bought a big ass tablet you put on there, and then you could take a class, and then it Bluetooth connects to the rower. Yeah. So like they make it easier and harder throughout the class. So they'll go through. Oh, we're gonna take this easy, and then it's like boom. Then they raise intensity. So it's kind of cool. But and it's really good if you have like I don't know. I feel like it's a low impact, obviously.
Yeah, for sure, it's low impact. Yeah.
So it works out, but I don't feel like I get enough sweat like compared to like jump roping, right? So, anyways, yeah, that's my goal is just try to be at the top of my weight class as strong as possible without losing as normally my weight cut.
You feel
is
strong
pretty
right now.
Yeah, normally my weight cut is pretty.
You almost choked
shit.
me the other day.
It was close. You
close.
didn't tap though. You saw the time.
Shout out to Chauncey.
Someone said the time.
I think Chauncey was like, you got a minute, and like it wasn't anywhere near close. That north south choke you're going for. And I was like, a minute, okay. And we're fighting. And I was trying to swing my hips to get my jaw out of your elbow. My jaw was stuck in your elbow. Like you had me like locked right there. So I rolled and I almost got it out. And then you transitioned into the paper cut, and I was trying to stop it. And then I hear Chauncey say like 15, and I was like, I won't go to sleep in 15 seconds. I know that for sure. I just took a big old breath.
Yeah, that was a good roll. That was tough. I had a lot of good rolls this week. Some of the big ass white belts. Whew. Man, those guys are hard to roll with. Just they're so heavy.
They're all strong.
They're strong.
Not in that like derogatory. Oh, you feel strong way.
They're just big boys.
They're all
dude.
men.
Yeah,
they all do man shit. Yeah.
So I had a lot.
They're not sitting down and competing all day.
Yeah, I had a lot of good rolls. Fuck you. I had a lot of good rolls. So and then just working out, and I don't know. It's been a good week in terms of that.
How's your cardio feeling?
It's getting there.
Is it?
Definitely been able to roll and be a little bit more explosive and just move without. My breathing is still fucked. I'm still trying to get it under control. So that's a big part of me trying to do extra cardio here is to try to, I really got to get cardio down. That's my I think one of my biggest weaknesses is I get tired. So when I'm training for the competition, one of the things I focus on mostly is not stopping. So like you get to a position where you can pass. Normally I'll kind of rest a second and then try to pass versus get to that position and pass. Yeah, exactly. Go. And get the pass, and then rest after you get the pass, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm focusing on is like not stopping when I get to those transitions, and I have to mentally have to focus on doing that because it's just how I roll. I like to roll kind of slow and whatever. Sure. But in a tournament, you can't. You got to be, take advantage of it. So
yeah, it's funny. I had this as a thing to talk about. I was rolling with Josh the other day, and he pulled like guard on me, but he did the opposite side grips that he always does, and I was lost. Mm-hmm. It was like my dumb side.
Yes.
And he had these grips on my dumb side, and I'm on my knees, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do from here? Like I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, well I can just like opposite what I normally do. I couldn't make my hands do it. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
There's a saying to that, and it says, I saw it somewhere a while ago, and it said, how do you make any black belt a purple belt or even a blue belt? Is you go to the
dumb side.
The dumb side.
Yeah,
because everyone has that. Yeah. And that's exactly what happens. You get there and then you're like when you're drilling and you're drilling, and then someone like your partner switches it up on you. You're like, oh shit, what do I do here?
Every time we do a drill of a move that it is in my repertoire already, like something that we've done many times, I try to go the opposite way. That's good. And it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, so he had me like in this reverse, like it was kind of open guard, kind of like just an open guard, like feet on the hips, collar sleeve. And I'm like, how the fuck do I get out of this? I don't remember what happened. I think finally I just said fuck it, and I laid down. I let him get on top. I don't remember, or maybe he swept me. I don't know. Somehow he ended up on top, and he ended up in the cradle from the armbar. And I was defending this armbar. It felt like for a minute, and my whole left side was gassed. Mm-hmm. And then finally he leaned back because my grip broke. But I popped up, got out of the armbar, and started to pass. And it was like what you said, like, you got to go. Because I was like, fuck this little fool. I'm going to crush this fool. There's still like 3 minutes left. It was those 10-minute rounds on Friday.
Yeah, those are killer.
And I got up, and I start to Toriando, and I came down. He brought his feet back in, and I was like, fuck it, I'm done.
I know.
Literally, I got up full energy. I was like, I'm going to get this fool. Got up, Toriandoed, and I come down shoulder, and his little foot sinks back in and puts me back in the guard, and I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
I was rolling with Misa this week, and we got to that position. I think I took him down, and then I got to the position where I was like trying to pass his guard.
Yep.
And I would pass. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I passed. But I would miss one fucking detail.
His foot comes back in.
His foot come back in. And it just happened.
He's surprisingly flexible for how strong he is.
Yeah, 100%. And it would just happen over and over. And I was so frustrated because it was like the effort to pass. He's hard to pass his guard, half guard at that. Because, he's got a lasso tricks, so you're defending the lasso. You're trying to make sure you don't get swept into fucking oblivion. And so I would get past. And boom, his leg would get back in. It was like the whole round. And at the end, he's like, I thought we were making a mistake. He's like, but I wasn't going to tell you until we were done. And then he was like talking to me. And he was like, oh, this is where you messed up. And I was like, oh, yeah, it makes sense. But it was like it was just was just so much frustration because I would literally almost be full side control on him, and he would be able to get back in the fucking half guard, you know, and even guard. And I was like, fuck. And it's like, it takes so much effort to make those passes on some people that you're so gassed by the time you like get the pass, and then it's like, boom. They're like, nah, not today.
Yeah,
you're like, damn it.
Yeah, that's the worst. I had a pretty good week all week. Like, I feel like I picked a lot of my rolls this week, so I wasn't picking like the savages. I rolled with a couple of them. But man, just like I was not trying to do anything specific, not trying to win against anybody, and I was getting to good positions and I swept probably almost everybody I rolled with this week, that's really pretty uncommon for me
this week. Yep.
So I've been thinking, it's like, we're getting ready for a comp because I'm going to do that comp, but I'm going to wait till there's a couple more people to sign up and see who drops out, who stays in. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna just keep rolling the way I'm rolling because I'm starting to get to the point where I feel like I believe in the jiu-jitsu I know how to do, and I'm just going to roll with that. Like focus on being on top, get arm dragon fulls. Fucking, I hit a 6 single leg this week, and I was like, oh, I used to do that a lot when I was like an early blue belt. I got to bring that back to the purple belt. Fucking. That, you know, now this era, because you learn shit and you go away from it. You learn shit, you go away from it. Right now, I'm going to work on that single leg a lot more, and then omoplata from the guard. I've been trying to put everyone in the guard and omoplata in him.
Yeah, if you can get it, it's a good one. I've been working on takedown. I've been like going for like the sacrifice throw.
What? Oh, you got me at that. Yeah. So besides that sacrifice throw, why don't you ever try these bullshit takedowns on me? That risk reward is not there.
Well, I hit an Uchimata this week too. Pretty good. It's pretty solid Uchimata. I think I hit it twice this week. It just kind of was in the position, but I'm finally feeling, I'm finally feeling like even with the sacrifice throw,
it was good. I knew it was coming.
Well, I'm trying to set them up so that they're less noticeable.
Oh no, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. I was like, oh, this fool's gonna sacrifice throw me, and I was trying to work on moving it away so you couldn't do it. And then like I was like, oh, here it comes, and you did it, and I was like, fuck, I couldn't get my foot over your foot. And I was
like, I put my toes out and tried to grab me with the toes. I tried to do
it though.
I tried to do it with one of the big ass white belts. Yeah. But when I put his foot, like he didn't even like.
He stopped.
I mean, he fell into my half guard.
He's like, oh.
Yeah. He fell into my half guard. And then it was a struggle, but I was able to get out of it finally. But fucking, I just been focusing on like that and like bottom game. I feel pretty confident when I'm on top, fairly confident, and then working on like, you know, taking the back and turtle has been another weaknesses. I stall too much sometimes and deciding
for the turtle.
Like deciding am I going to go for like a choke from the front or should I just go straight to the back? You know, and depending on who I'm rolling with is like,
that's my next foray into learning is attacking the turtle well.
Yeah, I like the turtle.
Yeah,
I have some things that I like doing when someone's.
I got shit from the turtle.
Yeah, I got some few things that I like.
I mean, I can hit the clock choke, but dude, I was trying to clock choke that new white belt this week. I had that shit fucking deep, and he wouldn't tap, and I got him like 4 times where it was under his neck, and I was cranking it, and he just like rolled into me and got like a little bit of an inch and just gassed my grip, and I had to give it up finally.
There's this back take that I like doing. It's really easy to do.
I don't ever take the back.
Basically, if they're in turtle, you grab the collar here, you grab the belt like this, and you just like fall to the side with your foot down.
Yeah.
And then yank them as you roll over. They trip over your foot, and then you got your first hook in, and then you get your second hook in.
Yeah, but what are you going to do to someone in your weight class on the back?
Well, I get my points, and then I go for like zipper chokes,
if you get the points,
things like that.
I mean, not the last tournament I did, but the 2 tournaments ago, that dude tried to take my back. The same thing. He rolled into the back take, and I just defended the hook the whole time.
Yeah, my weight class, I can reach.
Bitch, you're basically the same weight.
No,
two weight classes down. Not everyone.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, but not everyone in my class is 300.
No, even at your weight, I can't rap. I can't get.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's different.
There's dudes my size in your weight class.
No.
Yeah.
No, 100% not. Maybe taller.
Yeah, I wouldn't take the back in your division.
If I get there, I'm gonna take it. Get the points.
You're not gonna get the points, and you're gonna get stuck in bottom guard.
That's fine. I can work. That's what I've been working too. Is bottom guard. A bunch of sweeps from bottom guard. That guy. Roy Dean. Or
I can't stand that.
I love how he teaches.
I don't know.
I absolutely love the way he teaches.
I just don't like his face or something.
Oh, I like it. I like him. I think he's legit. Well, obviously he's legit, but I like his style of teaching.
Why is he legit?
I mean, why is any other black belt legit? He's got some good fucking. He's got like Pans and a few other fucking big.
All masters. Wins.
No, when he was younger.
I don't think so.
He doesn't compete anymore.
I don't think so.
I don't know if he got like adult.
Because I remember I looked into him when I first started because he came up real quick and he started Googling jiu-jitsu. And
you mean on YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube or wherever I found, probably YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this guy? Because right away I didn't like him because he's like all guru'd out.
He's definitely a little bit like martial arts.
Yeah, and what I mean. I think that's the vibe I don't like.
Yeah, it's completely. Yeah. I mean, we have it at our gym, but his is like another level. Like when you get another belt, the whole bowing to get on the mat, bowing to get off the mat. One thing. No, not only that, you're supposed to tie your belt, looking away.
Who does that?
A lot of people do.
Only the people that have respect. A lot, but it's not. No one asked you to do that.
Yeah, he did. He said it once. He went through a whole speech.
When?
Like a month ago, talking about.
Must not have been that.
Yeah, and then he talked about like coming onto the mat, wait for someone to come on, not picking your.
That's probably because there's new white belts there.
Maybe, but he went through the whole speech, all that normal stuff. So
yeah, I've never actually. I mean, but I've never heard him say that ever.
Oh yeah. And then Roy goes further because he like does the whole like, here's your belt. He hands it to you, and then you turn around and he's like, "Oh, I present you, blah blah blah." Gay. So, but hey, he had a video. He was at. Like I was felt that.
Notice it.
He did that retreat that I told you was pretty cool. Yeah, Victor Hugo, they go to Costa Rica and they have these all bunch like Tom DeBlas is going to be there, like
Passport Boys.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of them out there. So I'm like, that might be legit. Anyways,
how much is that one? Like $2,000?
15.
That's
$14.99. But I think that includes
it includes nothing. It's to attend.
Yeah,
you got to get the rooms and the flights.
A whole week of training with like Victor Hugo.
I mean, you can go train Victor Hugo for $20 a day.
Not the same. I don't think it's the same. It's like a whole day of training.
It's a retreat. I don't know what they charge at his school.
Yeah.
Let's say it's $50. Usually if you go to like,
it's like a seminar a day.
But let's say you're going and traveling, right? And anywhere you go, they'll give you a day pass. Yeah, it's not just you can come for this class.
But right? I mean, you
can go to Victor Hugo School. But it's like $50 a day.
Yeah, but they limit. Like if you saw, there's not a lot of students who go, so they limit how many students. They like, I think it's like 20 or some students that can actually be there. So you get more like one-on-one time. With
I don't have that retention. I can't see it.
But anyways, he made a video specifically on passes, like or not passes, sweeps.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and it's like. A lot of the shit, I'm like, just like my scissor sweep. I feel.
Hey, wait, was this one of his like ones that you buy?
No, he gives them away for free. That's even the other part.
No, all the ones I've seen you have to buy.
For this retreat, he put the first video on YouTube for free, and then he said, if you want to watch the leather ones, and he said this is what the other two videos are, you can get them on my site.
Send me that free one.
And he said, oh, you can pay or you don't pay. It's whatever you want. If you feel it's valuable for you, then pay $1, $2, whatever you want to pay.
That's cool, like the Patreon.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So it's like if you don't have money, it's free. Just get it, and I can send you the videos. Yeah. Anyways,
that's cool.
But this video was like
because that curriculum for blue belts it's like $300 or something, isn't it?
I don't know. That one might be
like, well, Roy Dean says you're a blue belt if
it's like $300. But a lot of schools do like
fucking Roger Gracie's. I think it's like $500.
Yeah, so a lot of schools do. Yeah. I keep seeing getting his ad on Instagram for his.
Yeah, me too.
But like I was going back to like he did. He was talking about the scissor sweep, and I feel like unless you're like a white or blue belt, I struggle getting the scissor sweep. But I see high level people catching it.
It's about setting it up.
And there's little things in that video that I was watching where he adjusted, and I was like, oh, I don't fucking do that. You know.
Let me fucking hit you with some fucking knowledge, homie.
Oh my god. Here we go.
Did you didn't do the last seminar with Master Hoyler, right?
I did not know.
So he's doing whatever he's doing, and like a lot of the shit they do is kind of old school, right? And you can win fights with what they're teaching, right? There's no doubt about it. Because look at Roger Gracie, cross choking fucking the world,
right?
So he starts talking about the cross choke, and he's like, "Yeah, people don't." He kind of this is like paraphrasing, but he's like, "People don't think this is valuable because it's like a day one. It's literally the first thing you teach you cross choke, right?" And he's like, "But it's not about the cross choke. It's about how you set it up." And he's like, "This is how I set up the cross choke," and he's like. He basically says, like, I'll cross-choke every single one of you. I'll cross-choke I'll cross-choke everyone.
Yeah.
And what he's talking about was he goes deep with the first hand, or maybe not all the way deep. 3/4 deep, 7/8 deep, or full deep. He gets that grip. Then as you start to try to block that grip, he starts grabbing your hand and fucking with your hands and doing all this other shit.
To make you forget.
To make you not think about that, to think about what kind of danger, like grabbing the collar or grabbing the sleeve, doing all this shit, think of the danger. And then he goes with that second hand. And he's like, that second hand, it don't got to be deep. And that's the one I've been working. So he goes all the way in deep as he can. If he's going to get deep, like thumb to the back of the neck, then he just grabs the collar under his wrist, the other collar, and starts yanking it. And it's like a sliding cross choke, and it's nuts when you get it, and it works.
Hickson just put out a video on the cross collar.
Well, Hickson's the fucking goat.
His similar.
More talk about Hickson, less about Roy Dean, dog.
He was showing like, let's say you go for a cross collar and you can't get it deep.
Where are you seeing these on his
YouTube? On his page.
Oh, because he's got his own thing, that JJ Global Federation.
Mm-hmm. He posts a lot of stuff on his YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought
a lot of really good content.
I'm gonna have to get on that.
So
I never fucked with it. Yeah.
He like reaches for the cross collar, and let's say you can't get it deep, so he'll open up his leg, like he'll open his guard so that they put their elbow in, and then they release focus, and then he gets it deep, goes for the other one,
slick.
And then as soon as they realize, oh shit, I'm in trouble, boom, goes back to close the guard. And he was saying it's not about the arms. He's saying it's the chest.
Yeah, it's the chest.
You pop with the chest. But that was that setup. Is like he's like, here, I'll open my leg a bit. Now you're focused on my leg. Boom. Now I have it deep. Go for the other side and done.
You know,
it's so much things.
Well, if you think about that, they're talking about the distraction part, which all professors talk about distraction, right? Especially if you're doing quote unquote low level moves. But I mean, Hickson was Hoyler's teacher. Yeah. I mean, Hoyler got his black belt from his dad, but I mean, how often do you think his dad was in there fucking running the gym? It was Hickson.
Well, I'll say I have seen myself more recently working on setting up things. So
that's the progression you're at, though. I mean, I'm the same thing. I'm in that progression where I'm like, I don't care about winning or losing. It doesn't mean anything to me. Like I said, this week, I never pull anyone to the guard. I play half guard always. Yeah. And I was setting up the omoplata, like grabbing people's sleeves and pulling it across and like lifting it up, pulling it down, trying to get it so I can put it on the ground without them noticing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I just messing with stuff this week, just trying to like set something up to get to. I'm doing B just so I can get A and try to get them to do what I want them to do, so I don't have to force it. So I don't have to force them to put the arm across. Like if I'm trying to for example, I'm trying to get someone into a fucking a gift wrap, whatever. What I'll do is I'll reach for the cross collar from out. I'll reach for the cross collar. What's their fucking thing they're gonna do is they're gonna try to defend and put the arm up. As soon as they put the arm up, drop the chest down, let go of the cross collar, grab the wrist, and now I have the gift wrap. And then from there, work on whatever I want to work on. But
while you're mounting someone,
while I'm mounting, And so like little things like that, I've been working on. No like fucking crazy chain of fucking 5 steps ahead of someone, but just the little things where I can do like onesie twosies where I'm like, all right, if I do this, they'll do that. Boom, I catch this, and then I can work from there, whatever. And then I was watching someone there. Mikey was talking about you. Oh man, we'll get about that in a little bit. But,
I have that on my notes.
Mikey. We'll talk about that. But one of the things I saw him talking about was people ripping shit, and he's like, that's because you suck, and this is because the point of jiu-jitsu is to gain control of someone.
You don't have the control.
You don't have the control. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So that's kind of where I'm focusing on. Yeah. Let me get to that point where I can control someone. And then I can work on what I want to do from that point on without having to like my wrist locks. When I go for wrist locks, I never rip my wrist locks.
It's always control.
Yeah,
every once in a while I might grab someone and look at them and go like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean my wrist locks that I always do are like I set them up so that I don't have to rip them. I try to put I'll play with someone's arm a little bit, make it feel like there's nothing to worry about, and then I'll catch it into where it's already like comfortably into that position. And then it's like, all right.
When's the last time you seen Saving Private Ryan?
It's been a long time.
Really? Yeah. Oh, that movie's amazing. But there's a part in the movie where this German dude is stabbing one of the main characters in the building. And he's on top of him. He's stabbing him real slow. He's like, no, wait. That's how every time I wrist lock someone, that's how I think about it. It's like because you can feel when you're gonna get it or not gonna get it, and you just look at him just like motherfucker. Even when people do it to me, because I was rolling with Misa. I don't remember what we were in some weird position. I think maybe I was on top, like in the trying to pass half, and he was trying to lasso me, and I was like, "Not today, motherfucker!" And he grabbed my wrist and was like, started like, I was like, "You motherfucker!" Like he just did it to distract me to get to like another position.
Yep.
I like that. Overall, oh man, I have it in my notes to talk about it, but have you ever hurt one of your training partners?
I haven't hurt anyone that I know of. I've been hurt, but I've not hurt anybody.
That traumatized. You know what's funny? That traumatized me that day.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I was like, oh man, and so I was super trying to and my left knee's been bothering me. Like sometimes I'm like maybe I shouldn't roll, but I just been rolling through them. So everyone I rolled with afterwards, I was super thinking about my knees. I was like, I can't let these fools get under me, and I just started picking fools up and slamming them.
I thought you were gonna break his leg.
I thought his leg was broken. I thought it was done.
The way his leg bent, and then you were falling, and I was like, it almost like the way you initially started falling. I was like, oh, it's fucked because it was bending and it was sideways, and I was like,
oh, you saw it?
I see it. I was watching you guys, and so I saw it bend. And initially, right off the bat, when you guys were both right there, and I saw the leg, and it started bending, I was like, oh, that's fucked. But then you started falling, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Well, you know why I had to fall
on it. You know why I had to backwards, and his leg popped out.
This is what happened. So if you guys ever seen, there's an Instagram video. It's pretty famous. Dude, like wigs his lapel over and wrist locks a dude, and he like starts spinning in a circle and wrist locks a guy. Right. So he did that to me, and he had it. It was deep. Like the whole time, I was freaking out. It's like, oh, he's gonna fuck me up from here. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to defend it, and I'm pulling it out and pushing it in just so he can't get a good grip on it to bend it over. Because he had it dead to rights. It was done.
Yeah.
And then somehow he turned and I turned, and I ended up with my arm under his armpit. And I was like, okay, he can't wrist lock me from here. At least in my mind, maybe he could have went like that, but he still had it stuck. Like, I was yanking it.
It was wrapped around.
I was yanking it as hard as I could, and it wasn't moving.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere.
So I was like, fuck. And I was like, well, I have an underhook, and I'm on his back, so I'm just going to – it's the safest takedown, literally putting your foot there and leaning down. That's what I did. So because I already had an underhook, I overhooked his other arm, but we were leaning forward.
Yeah.
So we were leaning forward, and I just put my foot behind his foot, and I started leaning. But his foot was straight up.
Yeah.
And the way I leaned, his body leaned with me, but his knee was – I probably trapped his leg, to be honest. But I wasn't like stepping on it or like gripping it. I just had my foot like leaned up against it like that to pull him down. And I felt it pop. And I just tried to let go, but I had to fall with him. I was stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck with him.
I was like, my hand didn't get unstuck until I fell down and grabbed his gi and unwrapped it.
Yeah.
And then he was sitting there on the ground. And like, dude, when he was sitting there, I was sitting behind him holding him because I thought Omar was going to pop his leg. From where I was sitting, his leg looked like it was 2 inches over from his knee. It looked like, so here's his knee. It looked like his leg was like this. And I was like, oh, shit. So Omar kept grabbing it, and he was sweating, you know. So I grabbed his gi, and I grabbed him. I was like, oh, if you're going to pull it, pull it. You know, I was looking at Omar, and Omar was looking at me, and I was like, I got him held, so if you're going to pull it. Then he started moving it, and he's like, no, I can move it. Just don't move it yet. So he said, okay, and he sat there for a minute. Then he started moving it. Then he got up and walked away. Yeah. I was like, what the dude? This is what it sounds like. This is what it sounded like in my ears. You ever... Yeah, take that 65 and drop it on this mat.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
I didn't hear it pop, but I saw it.
I felt, not only did I hear it, it literally sounded like if you drop a bowling ball on a soft mat, but then I felt it. I felt it in my chest because I was on his back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is probably
it looked bad. It looked bad. And
I talked to him.
He was sweating. I know he was sweating because when mine popped out in class and then went back in, the pain was fucking excruciating. And then secondly, like, your body goes into this fucking, I don't know what it is, it's maybe shock,
and sweat.
But it's like, you just feel like shock all over, and then it's just like, boom, sweat. And then you just fucking, you can't help it, you're just fucking pouring sweat. Because he doesn't ever sweat like that either.
Yeah, mine was the same. When I hurt my knee, it was the same thing. Like, I remember hitting the ground, grabbing my knee, and then my whole body felt wet.
It sucks. It's unfortunate. It is part of the sport, and it is reminding you, like, man, this can be dangerous, you know.
The thing that bugs me the most about it is that, you know, we're all in there sign up, and we're all friends, you know, but we're in there sign up. We know what could happen, but it's like, dude, he's got to go to work the next day. How do you? I mean,
he did too. I've messaged him. He went to where he said it's swollen with mild pain. I was like, all right, like good. That for me, I mean, like, I have a friend. Fucking, if you're listening, fuck you, you should join. I've been trying to get him to join, but he's like, I don't have insurance, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, dude, he's a big dude. I'm like, you'll be fine. But, I mean, there is things like this that unfortunately can happen, and it does suck. And it sucks. Like my wife's always like, you know, don't hurt your toys, basically, your partners, because that's who you train with, you know? So, it happens. I can see how it would mess with you a bit.
It would really mess with me if I was ripping on a toe hold or something like that, you know. But it was just an accident, you know.
Yeah, that was a complete accident.
And I remember thinking in my head, it's like, okay, I'm trapped, but this is a safe takedown where I'm not torquing him and he's not getting torqued, and like I had a lot of control over him because my hand was stuck, so he was stuck to me and I was stuck to him, and then I had like an overhook or an underhook on the other side, so I was like, I have this takedown, and then he's gonna fall and turn and get my arm out. That was exactly what went in my head.
It's when I get the lockdown on certain people.
If I feel my knees getting torqued and locked down, I tap.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying on certain people, Like you, I don't really worry about too much because your legs are big.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm gonna hurt your legs, but like maybe someone
you have a good lockdown. Though.
Well, maybe someone my size, with their legs are smaller, they're not fucking tree trunks.
Just because you have little dainty ass girl legs doesn't mean your size. So okay, so when you're rolling with a girl, continue.
Yeah, I like if I'm gonna try to go for like a roll, one of the electric chair or roll with that. I'm super careful because if it's too tight. If you
ever try to electric chair me, I'm just gonna take a piss.
I know Johnny's electric chaired you.
No, never. No, he's got me like in grapevines. Well, never the electric.
I don't really go for it anyways because
if you try to electric chair me, I'm just gonna let it. I don't give a fuck.
But there's a sweep.
I don't care what's. Yeah,
I do use it for the sweep.
I do that sweep.
I've been using the sweep this week.
Yeah. I use that sweep often actually.
Yeah, I've been using that sweep this week trying to get it because I always give up on it because I feel like I just.
You gotta go back though. Don't go forward. Go back. It's better.
Yeah, this way, back, not forward.
Towards their back.
Oh, you can go both ways.
Yeah,
if you grab their toe, you can go into them. But I try to go over. I try to bring the leg over my shoulder,
that's how I do it.
And then, you can scoop that arm up so they can't fucking face out.
I'd like to enter the X guard from there, but like if I can feel the sweep coming, I'll have like the lockdown on their foot, like a low X guard on their heels, and then I'll grab that leg. It's very much like an electric chair position, and I just roll them towards their back because then you end up in either pass or in half with their leg on their shoulder.
I used it with one of the big ass white belts this week. To cause a scramble, and then I was able to get out. But that's you just got to use it to not stall.
Yeah.
But it is a great stalling position. So if you're up on points and you catch them,
but
just a lockdown.
Oh, lockdown, yeah.
If you and then you can just pretend to work from there, go for kimuras, go for chokes, So it looks like you're still working, but they're fucking stuck there. And there's not a lot of people that really know how to get out of it.
It's hard to get out.
A couple Omar showed once how to do it, so a lot of people go for that. But I know that that's the best way to get out, so I'll try to avoid, like, I'll underhook arms, keep them above, just try to keep them from going down low. Because as soon as they go down low, it's game over.
Yeah.
I can't hold it,
I usually force people to open it because I like to go the low way and like either kick the leg out or grab the foot and start pulling it. But if someone really gets me in a really good lockdown, I could go a little bit low. And I just put my head in their sternum and start to push.
They make it hard to breathe.
Yeah, then they'll let it go. I tried to, I used the lockdown this week a bunch to get sweeps, just like that standard like half guard lockdown sweep. But I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
I don't know. I like lockdown, but you just
use it. I use it when people are being heavy as fuck and I got to move them so I can't breathe. I'll put them in the lockdown and lift them.
Yep.
Because you go like you.
Or when they're trying to choke you, you can kind of pull them away from your neck. You're like, let me get
exactly.
off.
That's the only time, like especially like because I'm always in the half guard. So if I'm playing half guard and someone starts to get something close or they're crushing me to death, I'll switch the feet and then
you can pull them down,
yank them, and it's like, okay, I need to fucking.
It definitely gives you some air because it pushes them down, and off of you, and you get a little bit of breathing space because you're like, fucking A.
Before we talk about Mikey, I got something to bring up. It's like a technique thing. So Omar showed some technique Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been Wednesday because I didn't roll on Tuesday. My neck was fucking killing me. He showed some technique, and it was like following someone from the half. It was like sitting. It was the sitting back in the reverse scarf hold thing. Right?
When they get the figure four,
and that's not for me because I can't reach over people. I don't have like the dexterity or even the body length to reach over people.
The back step?
Yeah, but to hold them in that position, I lose that position, right?
Just put your weight on them.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I do it, but like the control and shit, I don't have all that. But then I was asking Jonah, because me and someone were doing it together, like we were partners, and he tried to do it, and I was like, you're not fucking getting out, dude. Like, you have to do all this extra shit to get out, because, I mean, I play that game. And then I asked Jonah, I was watching other people, because they kept trying to grab the foot, and like Omar is showing. And you can't grab my foot because I don't lock my legs that way.
Yeah.
And then I asked Jonah, I was like, look, he can't grab my foot. I was like, what am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? Or is this just because I play that game? And he was like, you don't follow people with your feet? And I was like, uh-uh. Mm-hmm. And he was like, watch, next time someone does that to you, switch your feet and lock it down this way. You'll get a better lock. And I was like, oh shit. So I started rolling people and I was letting them get to that side. I was rolling people that way, so they get it, and I was switching my feet, and they were getting stuck, and I was able to roll them back, and then I could switch my feet back, and it's like, that's why doing techniques helps, because even if it's a technique that's not for you, or you're a technique you've seen a billion times,
it can help you.
There's a detail in it that's for you, for 100%. Sure, you know what I mean? Like, I felt so good about that because I was like, yeah, this technique's not for me. It's not going to go on my game.
But it helped you.
But I was like, oh shit, I never thought about switching my feet and following people.
Mm-hmm.
So every single time someone went that way on me, I switched my feet. And I had a better grip on them, and I was able to get control and bring them back towards the sweep I want, and then switch my feet back and then finish the sweep. And that changed my game. That's probably why I got sweeps all week. Mm-hmm. After that was because of that technique change.
Yeah. I mean, even Omar talks about it, and everybody talks about this, is like he's going to teach you everything, right?
Yeah.
It may not suit you, or maybe it just needs to be adjusted. Maybe things need to be adjusted for you. That's what he said. I'm going to teach you how he knows. Yeah. And he's like, you got to put your own little thing on it to make it work for you.
Throw your own sauce.
Because I had the same problem with that move where one of the variations, I'm not flexible enough to get my leg up there. Right?
Me either, yeah.
So I was trying to see, like, maybe I get my knee. I was trying to mess with it. But the knee thing, the way he was showing that was fucking legit as fuck. I was like, that's just painful.
Yeah, it's a calf slicer.
Yeah, the only thing I'm wondering about is it really considered a calf slicer?
100%.
Because a calf slicer
100%.
Really explodes your knee more than your calf.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you do a calf slicer, it's just like an elbow bicep slicer. You call it a bicep slicer, but really you're putting it here at the pit of your arm and going like this, and it explodes your elbow.
No.
That is what 100%.
No. Wrong.
$100.
A bicep slicer is an attack on your bicep or your calf. A calf slicer.
It's not where. That's not how you use the attack.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Because if you do it right, it feels like you're cutting your muscle in half. Yes.
No.
Yes.
The whole purpose. I've been in
50 bicep slicers. Not a single one of them had any pain on my elbow. Because they were true bicep slicers. So no, it feels like
the whole point is to get it here. No, you don't.
Yes.
No, you don't.
I agree.
I will Google. I'll pull up a YouTube video and I'll show you the correct way to do it.
It's called confirmation bias.
I'm telling you, that's how it is.
No. I agree that is an attack that can help.
That is called a bicep slicer.
Then why would it be illegal to attack your elbow?
Because of the danger of exploding your fucking elbow.
The danger is the same from an arm bar.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Because you can't get your fucking arm out of it. Once it's trapped, like, for example, like when you do the that sweep to me.
I'm going to tell you right now because you're not going to agree. You're wrong, and that's it on this.
Not happening.
Yes.
Never.
You're wrong on this.
Nope. I'm not
Let
wrong.
me put you in a bicep slicer right now.
I'm wrong.
Let me put you in a bicep slicer now and tell me if it hurts your bicep or your elbow.
It's not going to fucking do anything if you're doing it up here.
Yes,
it's not going to do anything.
Yes, it does.
No.
It feels like your bicep is getting cut in half. Yes.
I want it in the comments. Who's correct here? Because I know I'm correct.
You're not correct. Wrong. First of all, shut your little
purple belt
ass up.
I know I'm right.
Shit.
I know I'm right.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're
Period.
wrong.
End of story.
No.
Boom. Done. Open and shut case.
No.
Open and shut case. We're gonna come back and we're gonna.
Let me put you in. Turn the camera. Let me put you in a bicep slicer right now.
Doing that shit right now.
Hey. Go ask Noah what a bicep slicer is.
If he learned it from you, then he don't know shit. He don't know.
I was fucking around with him the other day, and he was doing something, and I caught his hand, and I bicep sliced him, and he tapped real quick, and he's like, "What was that?" And I was like, "That's a bicep slicer, my guy."
Yeah, well, he talking about 100-pound kid.
I'm not saying I'm not bragging.
I'm gonna tell you, Oscar used to do the bicep slicer on me all the time from fucking guard,
and he would try to do it to me.
It's exactly the same way. It goes.
Guess where it hurt? Guess where it hurt?
But
not on my elbow. It feels like your bicep is getting cut.
Do you understand?
Why do they call it a bicep slicer?
It's literally. Do you understand?
Oh, hey! Listen. Let's call it a bicep slicer, but it's an elbow attack.
Do you understand? Do you understand how it's supposed to hurt? What it's supposed to damage is going to happen? It's not going to burn. It's not going to break your bicep.
It could.
It's not going to break your bicep.
You tell me if I hit you with the bat, it won't hurt your bicep?
It's not going to break your bicep. The whole point is when it's stuck in here and you're bending it, your fucking elbow's going to explode.
No.
Okay.
It's a muscle attack.
I'm telling you.
It's an attack on your muscle. You,
that's how it's done.
No.
That's exactly how it's done.
I listen to Danaher. I don't give a fuck.
Everybody.
No.
Diego Pato showed how to do it.
Diego Pato
showed how to do a calf slicer.
Show me 75 videos of everyone saying it's an elbow attack. 75. You said everybody. Show me 75.
I'm talking about how it's set up and where the actual injury happened.
No, show me 10.
Easy.
10 videos of saying it's an elbow attack.
It's called a bicep slicer, but it really fucks up your elbow.
No, it fucks up your bicep.
Okay. I disagree. I disagree.
Well, you can disagree all you want. You're wrong.
I'm right. I know I'm right.
No. You're wrong.
Next topic, because he's wrong. Let's go. Mikey. You got Mikey? He's wrong. He just can't admit it. And we're going to come back next week and he's like, yeah, he was right.
Hey,
He was correct.
Let's start calling attacks slicers on a muscle, but really say we're hurting a joint.
It's the correct. It's the way that you do
Shut
it.
the fuck
it's
up.
The
Tell
way
me
that
about
it fucking
Mikey.
happens. So that's the end of the
story.
Tell
me about Mikey.
I don't know who the fuck the guy is.
See, I won because I told him to do what he did, and he did it.
That's not how it works. Anyways, I don't know how about the fucking guy that.
Almost.
That's
a pretty good.
Yeah, almost.
Bent.
There was no bend, motherfucker. Fucking I don't know. Sesame Street. Fucking.
No, I kind of looked up the dude. He's like a YouTuber.
He's a YouTuber.
That's all I know. Hold on. I only watched like 10 seconds of the videos because Mikey looks like he's gonna fucking.
Yeah. 100%. I saw the clip that he was referring to, and
that was a good trap, by the way. Had you fully trapped in the chest?
I saw the clip that he was referring to, and it was a really short clip, and he was just basically saying, like, because Mikey was fucking people up. It was a clip where Mikey...
Was he talking shit about Mikey?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So he was talking about, what's that fight that he did where, not the steam lock. Yeah.
Sorry, the steam lock, you're right.
Yeah, was it steam lock? No, when he tapped that dude out, and it was his own move.
Fuck. Is he a steam lock?
Is it?
Yeah, it's the foot thingy.
Yeah, I don't know, but he was like, hey, Mikey was like, hey, it's an honor to tap him to his own move, blah, blah,
it's
blah,
for
blah.
sure the Estima.
And so, and so then he was talking shit, like, oh, yeah, and he started talking shit. And so then he
Does this dude train at all?
I think he boxes. And so, yeah. So then he started talking shit, and he started talking about shit about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And then Mikey made his post about, like, he hates bullies, and he challenged them. And then I guess, I don't know. I didn't look into it, but I guess he responded. But he wants all these stipulations and shit to make that fight happen.
What are the stipulations?
I don't know. Mikey was just saying this isn't going to happen because he keeps trying to throw all these stipulations.
He's like, yeah, let's just.
He's like, let's just. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. And so Mikey was like, no, we'll do a full on. I think Mikey's idea was like,
MMA.
Yeah, a full on MMA fight.
Yeah,
dude, you're fucked. I don't care who you're fucked if Mikey tries. Like, if you don't knock him out. There's always the puncher's chance, but if you don't fucking knock him out or anything, you're fucked. He's going to get you.
I think he's too slick to get knocked out. Because, like, the only way you're going to knock him out.
He's also been training Muay Thai.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
At Evolve? Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of Muay Thai stuff, so he's a fucking,
Yeah, he's a silent killer. He's a problem.
If you saw him in the street, you would never in a million years think this fool would fuck me up, but 100% he's fucking you up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
Before I go back to the Mikey thing, I'll say something funny. There's this dude I follow. I've talked to him a whole bunch because I followed him before he blew up. He is the dude for... You know what Full Send is?
Mm-mm.
You know who the Nelk Boys are? The Nelk Boys are like some like poppin' YouTubers, like multi-million fucking YouTube subscribers. Yeah. And they have this thing called Full Send, and it's kind of like Barstool, but it's
I think I've heard Full Send, but
I know I don't know him, but Instagram I know the dude who does the MMA side of it, and he used to box. He was like an amateur boxer and shit, and I think he's like undefeated amateur boxer. And he keeps saying, he said he's getting back into shape. He's from Canada. He's always running. He's like, hey boys, and he talks all Canadian. He's like, whatever influencer can get it this year. And he's talking all, and he's like, he's probably 6 foot, 145 pounds. He's talking all this shit, and he always responds to me. And I DM. I was like, hey man, I was like, I got a real shitty podcast. Can I be an influencer? And he responded, and I was like, yeah, but I'm not with all that boxing shit, bitch. Just do MMA because I know he's not gonna knock me out. And I've seen him try to grapple on TV. Like there's always things, and he just get. Did you ever see the dude that fucking Nate Diaz smacked in the back? The dude walks up to Nate Diaz with the mic, and Nate Diaz says something. He's like, "You got that shit to say?" And he slaps him. It's that dude. Oh, okay. Anyway, so he just started laughing. We talked about it a little bit, but he was like, "Dude, it's like if you want to throw hands with me, I have a chance. You know what I mean? I might beat you, right? Yeah. He has a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. That's what they call it, the puncher's chance.
But once I grab you,
it's game over. Yeah. Yep.
So the Mikey thing, he's like, oh, I don't like bull. So I saw parts of what Mikey said, and I saw what everybody responded to, and I'm more on the Keenan side. I think at this point, Mikey's kind of bullying him, like, oh, you want to talk that shit? I'll beat you up, right? That's basically what he said.
I don't think he's bullying.
Yeah, but he said, hey, you want to talk that shit? Let's fight, right? Hold on, I'm 100% with that. Yeah. Bullying works, dog. It sucks when you're the bigger dude and you're picking on some little guy. But when you're the little dude and you're fucking bullying the shit out of everyone, I'm fucking bullying. With it.
So in general, bullying sucks, but bullying the bully, okay.
That's a fine line.
I think the problem is
yeah, but you and I just bully each other all fucking day.
But I think the problem is that guy specifically, he like talks so much shit and then like because he's a YouTuber influencer.
More than just this Mikey thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, more than that. I think he got someone punked him. I forgot who it was.
Dude, Jake Paul got all these YouTubers out here fucking getting brave.
Yeah. Yeah, but Jake Paul fucking trains like a madman.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Like,
but
you're not on his level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, we're going to do this. And it's like, man, there's probably, I'm going to say some wild shit, but I think it's mostly true. There's probably 10 YouTubers that I couldn't fuck up. I don't think I could fuck up Bazarian. That fool's wild, dude.
Well,
I think if you give him in the hand-to-hand combat,
YouTuber anymore. He doesn't really do YouTube. He did Instagram.
But I think he's crazy enough that he'll just grab you and try to rip an arm off or something.
Poke your eyes out.
Yeah.
But no.
For sure, I'm not beating up Jake Paul. I thought I could until he started to steamroll all these boxers.
Yeah.
Logan, he's athletic. His wrestling didn't look that good to me. His hands are like whatever. I don't think he can knock me out with one hit.
He's a big dude. The only thing is those guys. I'm still not a fan of them, but at least they've
let's go 50-50.
At least they've put in serious work.
It's not even about the work. Fucking Jake fucking knocks him full out on a pay-per-view that got like 10 buys in front of like 300 people. He does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
He's out there clapping cheeks, dude. I respect that.
Well, he beat Tyson Fury's kid.
No, not his kid, his brother, and he lost.
Was it his brother?
It was his brother. He lost to him.
Oh, yeah, he barely lost. No, but he also fought his kid, I thought.
No, Tyson doesn't have a kid. Tyson's like 35, 32. Tyson's really young.
Is he?
He's way young.
Old as fuck.
Oh, that's what partying and being a gypsy will do to you.
Yeah, okay. I thought he was
No,
old, so
that's his brother. Tommy.
Oh,
Tommy's his brother.
It's his brother. I thought it was his kid.
No, it's his stepbrother.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, hey, fuck those fools. You know who I'd like to fight? I'd like to fight their dad. Just to see what kind of wild shit
he was like banging on the glass.
That dude's a wild boy. I'd like to get after his dad. These Jake Paul's got these fucking YouTubers is fucking
running their mouths.
That shit's crazy to me.
Yeah. I mean, is it really that crazy when look as these YouTubers are surrounded by yes men, people that are going to agree with them, right? And then the fact that they have money, and then the fact that no one puts them in their place. Yeah. And if you look at your standard person walking around the street that thinks that they're a badass, that has never been tested, that never, once I see red or whatever, those kind of, everyone's like that. I mean, until you train and you've been put in your fucking place and you're like, fuck, I'm fucking not that fucking invincible. I'm not going to fucking smack. And so they're there, but on another level because they're surrounded by people like, oh man, you would fuck him up. He doesn't stand a chance against you,
Yeah. On kind of to end this subject, I think if you're going to talk that shit, like the wild, like fucking crazy shit, fight him.
Yeah.
Or shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'll talk mad shit all day because I'll go fight. I'm not saying I'm going to win. If I'm talking shit about you, I am down to fight you 100%.
I saw something this week that kind of related fighting and in their gym. So we have a lot of teens that come to the adult class, and mainly because our teens are outgrowing the teens class.
But also those are big fucking kids, dog.
And so, anyways, two of them were rolling, and they were rolling like whatever. I don't know what fucking happened, but something happened, and the switch got fucking turned on, and they went at it. And there was like a good minute and a half of them just fucking murdering each other, like going, and it almost looked like they were getting, like their faces looked serious, like 100% they were like in fight mode. And then I saw one of the newer parents there, and they were like, you could see their face, like, what the fuck, like is no one gonna stop this?
This was in the teens or the adult class?
This is in the adult class.
Okay. Must have been on Tuesday. And I didn't see that.
I could see in the face is like they're like, is no one gonna stop this? Like, but I was looking at the time, I'm like, hey, they're not punching, they're fucking whatever, they're going at it, they're going hard as fuck. It literally looked like a fight. And then the bell rang. Both of their faces were completely red.
Yeah.
They got up, tied the belt, boom, done. And I was like, dude, that's like, you can be angry. You guys left it out there. And it's part of the learning process I saw from the kids is like those kids know what it's like to fucking go go and then respect afterwards, right? If someone were to fuck with these kids out of school and they fucking, I'm like, holy shit, they're in for a world of fucking hurt. Like,
the world has changed. When jiu-jitsu is, the last 10 years, the explosion of jiu-jitsu, like, you don't know what's going on. I mean,
you can be,
besides you, because you got fucking all the traps in the world. I mean, I probably just look like, if I didn't have tattoos, like visible tattoos, I just look like a fat dad.
I just look like a dad.
Bitch, you got fucking 9-inch traps looking like Yoel Romero over here.
I wish it looked that. That motherfucker's like, when he runs.
You know that fucking thing, kind of fit, kind of fat? That's 100 you.
Kind of fit, kind of fat.
You haven't seen that? Oh, it's like a big brand.
No, I might have to buy some. I might have to invest in some of the fucking shirts and shit.
Yeah. You know, when you're talking about the younger kids, I was rolling with one of the, he's a teen, I think he's 17, 16, 17. And I was rolling, and I rolled, and then I was getting ready to roll with somebody else. I noticed he was standing there trying to get picked. I was like, hey, did you miss the last 2 rolls? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I'll roll with you. And I told the dude I was going to roll with. I was like, hey, let's get the next one. Let me roll with this kid. And I just started playing like light with him. And this kid started coming like with the heat.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, am I really going to have to beat this 16-year-old? He's probably 140 pounds. And I was like,
he's really tall.
Yeah, he's strong, dude. That boy, and he's good.
Actually really good.
He's good.
Really good.
I never seen him, like, I never thought he was good. And I rolled him. I was like, man, this kid's good.
Good.
So, I mean, I had to break out the real purple belt shit. And I smashed the fuck out of him. I felt bad, though, dude. Because, like, he was going hard. Like, I was fucking around with him, like, literally standing in front of him and, like, at this speed, turning and trying to Uchimata him just to see what he would give me. And he, like, blast doubled me. And I was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was like, I was being nice to you.
Yeah, he's good.
I hit him with this, like, one of those, like, judo, like, one of those thingies. And I smashed him. And there's a blue belt he's not newer, but I think he only usually comes to the morning class. And like he started, because that kid was going hard at me, and I, boom, took him down. And I came down shoulder on his chest. And that kid didn't care. He popped, he basically popped back up. But I look up, and that blue belt dude was like, what the fuck? Yeah. He's like, you're a 40-year-old man. I could see in his eyes, like, man, you're a 40-year-old man, dog. That's a kid. Hey, they aren't a kid on a fucking mat. Hey, if you come to the adults class, you're a goddamn adult.
Yeah, you're right.
Man, fuck them kids.
That's funny.
But he looked at me like this, like, anybody can get it, dog. Anybody.
That is the saying. Anybody can get it.
All right, I got one more thing.
I was rolling with one of the white belts, one of the big dudes, and we were getting ready to roll, and he was like, I've rolled with him in like 10 or 3 o'clock classes too, but he came to the 7 this time, and he was like, he's all fucking drenched in sweat. And he's like, man, these classes are different.
They're different.
I was like, they're different. I was like, 7 o'clock is not like the 3s and the 10s. You get good rolls at 3 and 10, 100%. I get good rolls, but but like when you go intensity across the board.
But when you go to 3 and 10, you get the dudes who also go to 7. You're not rolling so much to the 3 and 10 dudes.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just know I do get some good rolls, and I get a sweat, but it's like I think the atmosphere, the intensity just skyrockets at the 7.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's trying to get after it. I mean, everyone's trying to get after it at 7. I got one more thing. I think you sent me this. Did you see that video of this black belt choking a white belt unconscious after he was tapped like 50 times?
I didn't send that.
Are you sure? I thought you said.
I think I've seen it.
So there's a video,
and they were like, "Stop!" And he said, "Not yet." And
he put that kid to sleep, and it's like. Fuck, like, I mean, I understand. I understand that, like, every once in a while you got to clap some white cheeks, so white belt cheeks, I'm fucking white belt slayer, dog. You got to clap some fucking cheeks. And maybe there was, like, some you know what I bet it was? Now that I think about it, I'm saying this. I bet he was some fool that came in for a trial class talking shit.
Even then, though.
Fuck that. If you come into a trial class talking shit, you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah, fine, get fucked up, but if they tap. Here's the thing. I kind of see both sides to this. But
we don't know what the other side is. We don't know the white belt side.
No,
we just see a dude who shouldn't be doing it. Put some motherfucker to sleep with a bow and arrow choke. Like, sleep.
Yeah, but what my point is, you don't know. Like, you can make a move, and they tap, and you're like, I didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe they broke their fucking hand.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Because you might have moved, and it broke, snapped a finger or something, and they tap. So that's the whole idea. Is like, whatever it is, respect the tap. I will say, I've had it only once, and I don't think it was like I didn't find it disrespectful, and he challenged me. It was pretty early on where I fucking was struggling to breathe.
But you still struggle to breathe.
And
you fat motherfucker.
And I stopped, and we were finished rolling, or we were rolling mid-roll or whatever, and then he tapped me or whatever, and then he was wanting to go again. I was like, I was like, hold on, I was trying to breathe. And he goes, what's your name? And I go, John. And he goes, oh, you can talk, you can breathe. And then he's like, cool, back to rolling.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, fuck. So it's happened to me once.
Yeah.
But if I tapped, he respected the tap. But so I can understand a certain amount of like.
I have a guess who that is. I want to ask you afterwards. I have a guess.
But yeah, so for me, I think 100% you have to respect the tap, and it more than anything, it creates an unsafe environment for people to train.
I agree with that. You know, all joking aside, like tapping is conceding that you lost.
Yes.
There's nothing more sacred than that. Like if you're in a street fight and you stomp some fool and he just says, "I don't want no more," that's it. It's done. You know what I mean? Unless you got a gun or not.
Street fight is a little different. I'm not.
Nah, dude.
I've
seen some bad street fights.
Yeah. If I get you in something in a street fight, I'm not stopping because you tap. Because now we're in the streets and I don't know what the fuck.
I mean, I'll put someone to sleep if I had the ability to. But if someone's fucking like crying, like I'm about to break their fucking dude, I don't know, man.
If I'm in the street, I'm trying to get it ended, get up, and fucking not get kicked.
That's the hard part. Is about getting back up. That's the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, dude, yeah, in the gym, it's like,
yeah, in the gym, 100%. You tap, that's it.
Even if someone taps early, man,
I might be like, why did you tap?
No, not me. I will care, dude.
If they tap super early, I might ask you.
But yeah, you just said it's like you can't breathe. You're fucking.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna be like, hey, why did you tap? You know, like I've had people tap to that north-south choke, and then they're like, I'm like, why did you tap? And they're like, I wasn't getting out.
I knew I wasn't getting out of that north-south choke, but I was like, I'm gonna fucking try because I'm not gonna tell his ass that.
Well, that's what they told me. I knew I wasn't
I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of tapping with that bullshit.
How's it go?
Let me flick my hat. Sensational. Yeah, sensational. Yeah, you ain't getting that shit. You're gonna have to earn that one.
Sensational.
I'm telling you though, if you fucking start doing that, you got it.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to go to my like
because I felt I think I felt your arm come up, and I was like, oh, it's tight.
I've been adjusting it so that I get my arm up that way, like we were talking about with the blade.
I think I felt that because not only does it put you're putting downward pressure like on my forehead with your body, and then you're putting upward pressure on my neck. So you didn't. I don't feel like you had like a wind or a blood choke yet, but you had like a crunch, which hey. A crank is a tap.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Tap's a tap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Anyway, all the way back to the beginning. Tap to tap.
Yeah, don't tell me some old Frankenstein shit. Like, if you tap, dog.
That wasn't a choke. That was more of a crank.
I don't give a fuck. If I'll roll with people, like I'll roll with like, you know, Misa or a couple other people, and I'm like, dude, if you get it on my face, if you crank me and I tap, you're not hurting my feelings.
Yeah. I agree. I don't have a problem tapping at all.
Yeah.
I feel like it's part of the game.
Yeah.
You know, and it goes back to old Danaher. He's like
Danaher, motherfucker.
Danaher, whatever. I say how I say it.
That's why you Jonahar.
He said, he's like, no one's gonna remember you fucking tapping in the gym. So who gives a fuck?
I think I'm 3 years in. I've already tapped a Brazilian times.
Yeah. Exactly. 100%.
I probably tap 100 times a week. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. I had a good week though.
You know what makes me feel even better about that? Omar said he got put to sleep. His first fucking interaction in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it happens.
A legend like that gets put to sleep, and I never been put to sleep.
I've never been put to sleep.
I'm not going to talk some brazy shit saying that you can't put me to sleep, because I know some motherfuckers will try. But I've been fucking Brittany.
I was in a triangle this week.
Someone triangled you?
Yeah, and that shit was tight as fuck. And when I get into triangle, after. You know, there's a certain point where you can defend and get your head up, but sometimes
you ever do the one where you bring your feet forward? That shit works.
The TP one?
No. Like you're on your knees, you're getting triangled, whatever, right? You have to posture, but you got to bring your feet up. That shit works.
Yeah, 100%. I've hit that. But sometimes you get caught in the triangle and you get caught in the triangle. And
you get caught.
You're like, fuck. Now I'm stuck here. What I try to do, because I'm bigger, is I try to like expand. I take a deep breath.
You have to
expand my fucking.
But if you take that breath too deep, they crunch on you.
And I just try to like make myself as wide as fucking possible. Just to like kind of keep breathing, and he had that fucking thing so fucking tight. It was so fucking tight. But I was like, "Fuck no, I'm not tapping to this." And in my mind, I'm like, 5 more seconds. He fucking let go. Boom, pass, and he just started laughing because my face was fucking red.
I bet.
And I was like,
my face turns crazy red.
I was like, "You almost had that." He's like, "Fuck." Yeah. He's like, I let it go because I didn't think like it was working. I was like. Yeah. He's like, but then I saw your face. I was like, oh, no, it was working.
I don't remember who I saw do this. It may be Henzo, somebody. But when you get caught in the triangle, like let's say this arm is in. Mm-hmm. My left arm is in. It's been working. It's been working all week. I've been caught in a couple triangles this week. And like they were tight, like where I felt like I should have been tapping or close to it. If your left arm is in, you take your right arm and you cross their face.
Yes.
and just keep trying to walk your hand till your shoulder comes up, and eventually it'll pop off. Well, it almost always works.
So my typical triangle escape, before it gets too tight, I'll reach across, just like you said, grab the collar, and I'll start moving right into the bucket choke. And then usually you start crushing them enough that they kind of open up, and then it gives me the bucket choke.
This week has probably made it worse for me, but I try not to stack anybody. I mean, I do stack people, but if I start feeling my weight come down on people, like more than just like lifting them and stacking them, I stop.
Well,
I'm kind of done stacking people. I try my best not to stack anybody.
I'll stack people, but I never I don't again, it's one of those moves. Yeah. I don't explode into it. I do it slowly because you should fucking tap.
So I didn't talk about this before, but I rolled with one of the girls maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I was just fucking around with her, playing guard, putting her back in the guard, sweeping her and all kinds of shit. And then she got up and she started coming to some heat. And she started stacking me. And I was like, this ain't shit. And I tried to get out of it, and my legs got stuck. And she kept stacking. I thought my neck was going to break. Dude, she stacked me so hard, I thought my neck was going to break. And I had to tap from the stack. And it's like, dude, she weighs probably 135, 140. Probably she weighs less than 150. Yeah. I was like, if I'm doing that to people and she's stacking me to my neck, and she wasn't like cranking into it. She was just coming up and stacking me. I was like, dude, if she's doing that to me and I'm going to die, imagine what it's like when I start stacking people.
I try to scoot back when they're trying to stack.
Yeah, but I'm so aware of that, I can make it so you can't do that.
Yeah,
because I'll hold you as I'm stacking you, so you can't walk with your legs.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, there are stories I know of snapping people's necks on that.
Well, also I think most injuries come from your back. You get bulging discs and stuff like that from people.
Dude, I'm 240 pounds. So, if I start stacking you on your fucking neck,
yeah, it's gonna hurt.
I might break your neck. Yeah. Probably not your fucking big ass neck.
Anyways,
I was gonna ask you something else. Anything else?
I don't know. It was just a good week.
I had a great week. I had to take that day off because my neck. Hey, if you have neck problems, like upper neck problems, there's this thing on Amazon where it looks like a neck brace, and you fucking just squeeze it and it stretches your neck out. Dude, that shit works. I was in so much.
Did you buy it on Amazon?
Yeah, and I got it same day for like $18.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I bought it on. It was sick. It just looks like a neck brace, and you squeeze. It's got air in it. It fucking works. I want to get the one you put on the door frame and you hang yourself with it.
That's so crazy.
But man,
I mean, I've seen people hanging from their neck.
It works.
I watched this video of a little kid. I think he had he had neck there was like something.
Oh, I seen that. He had a halo on.
Yeah. Yes. And he was like, wee! Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that shit looks scary.
Yeah, dude, that shit works. If you're having neck problems, get something to do neck traction with. Man, because I was at work. The reason I didn't come on Tuesday is I was in the shop and I was typing on my keyboard, and I looked down at my computer a little bit, and all of a sudden, like, my neck cramped up, and I was like, oh fuck, my neck is. I was like, it was hurting. I had to start typing, like, looking with just my eyeballs, right? And then I went out of the shop and I laid down on my couch. I was like, I got to get my neck flat.
How's your desk set up?
It's a little bit taller. It's just a regular desk. Yeah, I want to get the elevated one.
You need it a little higher.
But I don't like. Yeah, I don't like to have my fucking hands typing like this though.
No, your hands stay here.
I know. I got to get a new computer. I'm gonna switch.
Your hands should stay down.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch.
But you should always be looking straight ahead.
I'm gonna switch to the dark side and build a PC in the next couple months. Yeah. You got anything else?
No, that's it. That's all
I got something on a serious note though.
What?
You know, a lot of people out there, a lot of dudes. I think everyone's kind of talking about this right now, but a lot of dudes out there are fucking having problems and struggling with life and shit. Talk to somebody, man. It's like, it never stays this bad. It can always get better.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that.
I agree. I think it's hard for a guy as a man to talk about your problems or your feelings or your emotions or whatever. But 100%, I think you got to talk to someone. Don't hold it in. Find a friend.
Talk to one of your other dudes. I mean, every dude's gone through it.
Yeah, everyone's going through it. Everyone's got it.
Yeah.
And we do all try to hold it in for whatever reason. You can say all you want about this whole feminist movement, but as a man, there's a lot of pressure on you. There's a lot of things that you have to deal with that women don't have to deal with. Like, I saw a topic about someone was talking about unconditional love, and it's like the only people that get unconditional love are your mom, your wife, and your kids. Outside of that, if you're a dude, you don't get unconditional love because if you can't support your family, what's the first thing that people say? Why are you with him?
Yeah.
Get away from him, whatever, So there's all this weight on a man's, that people don't realize. So, I don't know. We've had heart-to-hearts a few times before, for sure. And it's always helped. So
we weren't always drunk. A lot of times we were sober.
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reach out to someone. Talk to someone.
Hey, if you want to get drunk and talk about it, I'm here too. Fuck, I'm down with it.
Anyways.
Hit with Yos.
Nos.